So welcome to the coolest tutorial of Python. This is Bitfumes and I'm your host Sarthak. In this episode we are going to talk about while loop. But why we need a while loop if we have a for loop? The problem with the for loop is that in for loop you have to predefine how many times this for loop is going to work. That means you need to use this range which will define how many times it will iterate. So how while loop is going to work? I will take same example which we have used for loop and show you how you can use same thing with while loop. So I'll just comment this and I will here say while I is less than num. With this for loop we have run from 2 till 31 because number is 32, range will define from 2 to 31. So I just run from I, that means I need to define the value of I. So let's say I is equal to 2 because we want to start from 2, and because it's not a for loop we need to increment this I. So I plus is equal to 1. Okay, and here we have to remove the space. So how it's going to look? While I is less than number, do this condition and at the last just increment the value of I. So first time it will have 2 as the I value, and 2 is obviously less than 32. It will go inside that, then it will check for this condition and do accordingly some work. Then it will just increment the value. That means the next time the value of I will be 3. So run it and you can see it says 32 is not a prime number because as soon as this condition runs it will break the while loop also. So what if I make 31 and run it? Okay, run it, and yeah, 31 is a prime number. So in this way you can use while for some condition. We have not defined any kind of range function and it's so easy to read compared to for loop, and that's why we have this while loop. So let's do one more thing, and I'm going to create the factorial, or I'm going to find the factorial of any number. So if we have a 5 as a number, then the factorial of 5 will be 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, which will be equal to 120. 5 4s are 20, 20 into 3 is 60, 60 into 2 is 120, which is here. Let's just create this example. So num is 5, okay, and we are going to use while loop. So we have to loop through that. So while I is less than, how many times we have to loop through? Obviously the number of times the number we have. So num, so this means I need to define this I also. So I is 0 initially, okay, and then I'm going to print, let's just print I for now, and I'm going to end with comma. Okay, so run it, and we need to give here equal to sign, not parenthesis. Okay, so now run, and yes, you can see it running infinite time because I is always less than 5. So let's just stop this because it become infinite loop. So we just want to increment I, so I plus equal to 1, and if I now run you can see 0 1 2 3 4 we have. So in that way what we need to do, actually we just want to multiply all the numbers. Okay, so what we can do, instead of starting from 0 I will start from 1 and I will check for I is equal to or less than. So this time we get 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, this is good. So what we need to do, actually, if I give asterisk here, so how it's going to look? So let's run it. 1 multiply by 2 multiply by 3 multiply by 4 multiply by 5, and this is a long process. So this is good, we want, and at the last we just want to give its value. So we need to store somewhere. So I will say factorial is equal to 0 for initialization, then I will say factorial plus or factorial multiply equal to, let's give it 1 because we are going to multiply, equal to I. So this time if we print factorial, so print factorial at the last, run it, you can see at the last it is 120 because every time it read through that and finally it will give 120. So I just want to remove that printer, and now 120 is the factorial. So if the number is 6, run it, 720 is the factorial. So you can see we have created a small program which just calculate the factorial of any number. So if I give 10, the factorial of 10 is this one, so which is so big. Okay, so this is while loop, and in the next episode we are going to create a Fibonacci number series with while loop and with for loop also, and then after we will start creating the patterns like triangle, diamond, pyramid type of patterns. That will be more interesting. So if you have not subscribed to this channel, go and subscribe here because here Python knowledge is started, and don't forget to hit the bell icon to get instant notification. Share this video with your friends, like Bitfumes on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We will meet in the next episode. Till then, goodbye.